Hello guys, welcome to Lawputra YouTube channel. Today we will discuss about all the liabilities of a minor under the Indian Contract Act of 1872. First of all, let us understand that who is recognized as minor for the purpose of Indian Contract Act. Minor is a person who has not attained the age of majority, which is 18 years in most cases. The Act recognizes that contract entered into by minors may have certain limitation and provides specific provision regarding the contractual liabilities of minors. Let us discuss the key points related to the contractual liability of minor under the Indian Contract Act. First, voidable contracts. According to Section 11 of Indian Contract Act, a minor's agreement is considered voidable at the option of the minor. This means that a contract entered into by a minor is initially valid but can be voided by the minor at any time before reaching the age of majority or within a reasonable time after attaining majority. Second, no legal obligation. Since a minor's contract is voidable, the minor is not legally bound by terms and conditions of the contract. The minor can choose to either enforce the contract or repudiate it depending on their own interest. Third, restitution of benefits. When a minor avoids a contract, the law requires them to restore any benefit they have received under the contract. For example, if a minor purchases a mobile phone on installments and later avoids the contract, they are obliged to return the phone or compensate the party for its value. Fourth, minor's liability for necessaries. Section 68 of Indian Contract Act provides an exception regarding the liability of a minor for necessaries. A minor is liable to pay for goods and services that are considered essential for their support and welfare. Necessaries include items required for daily life, education, medical treatment, and so on. However, this liability is limited to the extent of the minor's property or estate. Fifth, no ratification after attaining majority. Unlike certain legal systems, the Indian Contract Act does not allow a minor to ratify a contract after attaining majority. If a contract was voidable during the minority, it cannot be ratified once the person becomes an adult. Now let us understand some exceptions. There are few exceptions where a minor's agreement considered valid and binding even without attaining majority. These include contracts for the benefit of the minor's education and marriage. It is important to note that the Indian Contract Act applies to contracts governed by Indian law. In specific circumstances, other laws may also apply to determine the contractual liabilities of a minor, such as Guardians and Wards Act 1890. Overall, the Indian Contract Act provides to protect the interest of minors in contractual agreements, recognizing their limited capacity to understand the consequences of their actions. Now, let us conclude the discussion. First, minor's agreement is considered voidable at the option of minor. Second, since a minor's contract is voidable, the minor is not legally bound by terms and conditions of a contract. Third, when a minor avoids a contract, the law requires them to restore any benefit they have received under the contract. Fourth, a minor is liable to pay for goods or services that are considered essential for their support and welfare. Fifth, if a contract done by minor was voidable during the minority, it cannot be ratified once the person becomes an adult. Now, there are some landmark judgments that you need to know about. Mohari Bibi versus Dharmodas Ghosh. In this case, the Privy Council held that a contract by a minor is void ab initio, means void from the beginning. Fact of the case was the respondent Dharmodas Ghosh on 20th July of 1895 executed a mortgage deed in the favor of a moneylender named Brahmo Dutt carrying on business in Calcutta and elsewhere, but throughout the transaction, Brahmo Dutt was absent from the Calcutta. The business was carried out for him by his attorney Kedarnath meter. Respondent mortgaged the immovable property, his house, for the repayment of rupees 20,000 at the rate of 12% interest. The amount increased in the dispute. At that time, the respondent was a minor. On the 15th of July 1895, Kedarnath received information that the respondent was still minor through a letter sent by an attorney. Kedarnath denied receiving any letter, but court held that he did personally receive the letter on 15th July, and the evidence is conclusive. Issues in this case framed were whether the contract was void or not under section 2, section 10, and in most important section 11. Whether the respondent was liable to pay back the loan to the defendant. Whether the contract of a mortgage was avoidable or not. In the judgment, first the trial court held that the contract between the plaintiff and defendant was void because at the time of the contract the plaintiff was a minor. Later, defendant filed an appeal in the Calcutta High Court, where the High Court agreed with the verdict of the trial court and dismissed the appeal. Again, Brahmodatt went to the Privy Council to appeal, and the Privy Council also dismissed the case and held that the contract between appellant and respondent is void. The final decision passed by the Privy Council was the contract with any minor is void ab initio from the beginning. The Dharmodas Ghosh was not held liable for the repayment of the loan because the contract was void ab initio. In the case of Sri Kakulam Subramanyam versus Kura Subbarao, Privy Council held that the contract entered by the guardian of a minor for the benefit of a minor is valid. In another case of Kumar Lal versus Surajmal, Makhan Lal and others, it was held that the property was given to a minor on the rent due to the necessities for living and continuing study, and a minor is liable to pay rent. In this case, the plaintiff was an owner of the house and two defendants were there and one was minor among them. Actually, defendant number 2 was a minor who took the house on rent and he was not competent to contract. So the court dismissed the suit. The plaintiff appealed in Madhya Pradesh High Court and proved that Surajmal made an entry in Bahi Khata which stated that defendant number 1 took the house on rent at 15 rupees per month after 3 months from a minor took the house on rent. And then issues in this case were framed as whether the appellant is entitled to payment of rent from the defendants. In judgment, court upheld the contention and dismissed the suit by the plaintiff. The plaintiff appealed in Madhya Pradesh High Court where the plaintiff provided evidence and defendant number 1 was made liable to pay rent which amounted to rupees 168 and recovery of rupees 15 acknowledged by his father and due rent of 3 months by his minor son defendant number 2 to carry on the studies. Under section 68 of Indian Contract Act, rupees 15 was claimed as a supply of necessities for studying to a minor. A decree of rupees 183 was passed in the favor of plaintiff against defendant number 1 Surajmal with the cost throughout. Thank you for watching the video.